Hello and welcome to AOH Digital Literacy for All, brought to you by MonTogo.net YouTube channel. My name is Dominique Adabi and I'm your host. The topic of our video today is understanding Microsoft 365. But before we start, I'd like to remind you, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Understanding Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 is a subscription-based service provided by Microsoft, and it gives us access to software such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Suite, Form, OneNote, Calendar, Team, straight from our web browser. So most of those software, you may already know them as you used to download them and install them on your desktop computers and use them. But these days it's possible to use them directly from our web browser. So in this video today, I'm going to take you to office.com, and from there we will open a Microsoft account. And once we are in our account, then we can explore all the software available there for us. So after we explore the software, I'm going to explain you the different type of subscription there is, and then I'll also show you how you can subscribe to the paid version if you wish. So without further ado, I'm going to turn to my computer and start the presentation. Now that I'm in front of my computer, I'm going to open a web browser and take you to office.com. So for the purpose of this video today, I'm going to use a Microsoft Edge browser, this one. Okay, now in the address bar, I'm just going to enter www.office.com. So from here, we can create an account. But before we do that, let me just scroll down so that we can see the type of software that are available in this service. So we can use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, OneDrive, Outlook, Team, and many more. Okay. And there are two main type of Microsoft 365 subscription. There is the free version, and then there is the premium version. Okay, and the premium version, of course, will pay for it. So I'll come later and show you how you can subscribe to a premium version. But for the purpose of this video, we are only going to be using the free version. Okay, so to start, we're going to go to sign up for a free version of Office. So here we're going to pick a username. Okay, so if you used to use MSN Messenger or Hotmail or Xbox Live, the email address used for the services can also be your Microsoft account today. So if you don't have anything like that, then you can create a new one. So here I'm going to create a new one. So I'll pick one, demo.english. One at demo.english1.MonTogo.net. At Outlook. So this address here will serve as my login for Microsoft 365. So I can use Outlook.com or Hotmail. Okay. All right. So this is good for me now. So next. All right. Here I'll just pick a password. And then next. Okay, this is just a small puzzle to make sure that I'm not a robot. Pick this seal. Okay, this one. Alright, so for this video I'm just gonna put MonTogo.net, and then this one I can put English. Again, this is just for demonstration, that's why I'm keeping it like that, but if it's you can put your first and last name. You should. I don't need to. Okay, we have just opened a Microsoft account. Perfect. Okay, now we have logged into our Microsoft 365 account, and I can open a document from here. We see Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. Okay, so this is my account, and if I've worked on a document already, the document will be listed here under my recent, and if someone shared the document with me, then the document will also be listed under shared with me here. And if I'm working on a document and I would like to come back to it, I can also pin it. In that case, it will be listed here. Okay, so this is my account, and if I would like to change my password, then I can come to account settings here, and then I can update my profile picture. I can update my profile, put additional information if I wish. And if I finish my session on this computer, then I can go to sign out here. Okay, all right, so the most important thing on this screen here is the app launcher. Okay, and I like to compare the app launcher to the start button on our Windows computers. If you have a Windows computer and you want to open a program, you go to start, and then you scroll through the list of programs here and you open one. The same way, if you are using Microsoft 365 online version and you want to open an application, then you go to app launcher. So if I click on the app launcher like this, you will see the list of applications that we can use. And if I go to all app, you will see that the list is much longer. So in this video today, I'm going to pick those apps one by one, and I'll briefly talk to you about them. I'm not teaching you anything in this video today. I'm just reminding you that there is a service called Microsoft 365, and there is a free version, and you can go to office.com, open an account and use it. Okay, so the first software I'm going to pick in this list today to talk to you about will be Microsoft Word. Let me open it. Okay, now I've opened Microsoft Word, and I can start with a blank document, or I can use as one of the existing template here. Okay, and if I want more template, I can also go here. If you see something with a diamond sign like this one, it means that template is a premium template, so you have to have the paid subscription to use it. But because we are using a free account, then we can use those things today. However, we can use the free ones here. Okay, so I can create a new blank document here, or I can also upload a document that I have already created on my computer. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to open a blank document. All right, okay, so I've opened my Word blank document, so I can type anything I want in there and edit it as I wish. Okay, so I will paste a small text here. All right, so with this I can change the font. If I select one sentence like this, I can go here and change the font and I'll put in Times New Roman. Okay, you see the change, and I can also change the font size. So basically, I can use it to do any sort of editing that I would do with my Word desktop version. Okay, all right. If I work on a document, I can also save the document straight to my OneDrive, which is also part of Microsoft 365 that I will also talk to you about later in this video. So right now it's already saved by default, and it's called a document 2. So if I wanted to rename it, all I have to do is just click on it like this and then give it a name. So I can just call it test 3. Okay, and then you see it will be saved as docs. Okay, and will be located under OneDrive. Okay, So I can just say enter to save. You see that the name has changed here. Okay, so if I'm working and then maybe I wanted to print, same thing. So just because it's done online doesn't mean you can print it. So you can just go to file, and then under file you can go to print, and then you can choose your printer and print the document. And you can also save the document as, in which case you can download a copy. You can download a copy as Word, and you can also download a copy as PDF, and you can also download it as a open document test. Okay, so there are several possibilities here. Okay, so with this you can open it under any computer really, whether it's Linux or Windows computer. You can create a file here and open it. Okay, and you can also save a copy, but by default it will be saved online, but you can also make a copy available on your computer so that you can access it also offline, or you can copy it on a pen drive. Okay, everything I'm saying here is free. Okay, so if you are a student and you're looking for ways to type your school papers and you don't have Office or Word on your computer, it's not the end of the world. You can go to an internet cafe and you can use Microsoft 365 online for free. Okay, all right. So another feature here that I really like is the Immersive Reader. So to access the Immersive Reader, you go to View, and then from View you pick Immersive Reader. Okay, so what does it do? It will read the text to you out loud. So it's so useful when you're working on a long document, and maybe you finish typing like 10 pages document, and you can use this function for proofreading. Okay, so let me play and you'll see what I mean.
Hello and welcome to AOH Digital Literacy, brought to you by MonTogo.net YouTube channel. My name is Dominique Adabi and I am your host.
So this one will just read the document for you, and you can also enable here. You can change the reading speed if you want it faster, slower, if you want a female voice, if you want a male voice. Okay, all those possibilities are here. Okay, and you can also enable the text preference here. Okay. All right, so all of these things are here, and I can't really talk about all of them in this video, but I'm just telling you that if you want to use Microsoft 365, maybe you heard about it, but you never tried it, this is the process to access it and use it. Okay. Another function here that is also important and I'd like to share with you is, of course, the share button. The share button allows you to collaborate on the document. So if you are working on a team, there's really no need to download your document and then send it by attachment via email, and then the other person will work on it and then send it back to you. I mean, it was okay maybe 10 years ago, but today you don't really need to do that. All you have to do is just go when you open your document like this, then you go to share, and from there you can type in the email address of the person you want to share the document with. Okay, so having done that, you can just add a message here about why you were sending it, and then you can see the pencils here. Okay, you can choose the preference. Do you want the person to edit the document with you, or you just want them to look at it? So if you want them to collaborate with you, then it's probably best to keep it on can edit, so that they can make a modification and you can see it in live as they are doing it. You can also see it. So once that is done like that, you just hit the send button, and then an email will be sent to the person, and they can open it from their email account, and then a link will open in a browser like this, and then they will have access to your document. I'm not saying that they will have access to a copy of your document. I'm saying they will have access to your actual document, so that the two of you can be working on it at the same time. Okay. All right, so after you share the document like this, there is also an important feature here, which is the comment. And the comment section allows you to interact with the other people working on the document with you. It's very important. There's no need to have a cell phone next to you and then call the person and say, oh, I want you to read me this paragraph and all of that. You don't need to do that. So with here, you just enable the comment, and then whatever you want them to do, you just type in the comment section there, send, send, and then they also will see it on their screen, and then whatever instruction you have given here, they will just go ahead and modify the document for that. Okay, all right. I mean, I can talk more about Word, and I did make several videos already covering this. They are in French and Ewe, so if you speak those languages, you can look them up on our YouTube channel and see them. Okay, all right. So now that we have covered the Word, allowed me to go back to the app launcher and then pick another software. I can do it from here. This is the same thing. You see the app launcher? I can do it within the app I'm already using, or I can also go back to the home here and then pick it, but it's pretty much the same thing. So for this one, I'll start from here. I have talked to you about Word. Now allowed me to pick a second software, so I will move on to Excel. All right, same story, just like in Word. I can open a blank document, or I can pick any of the existing templates that are available for me. Okay, so here I'm just going to use this template. All right, so that's Excel. It's the same Excel that you know from Microsoft that you used to put on CDs and install on your computer. I mean, these days you don't really have to do that because you can use a service like Microsoft 365, which, like I said in my introduction, is a subscription base. Okay, you 365 means a year, right? Like 365 days of the year. So after one, if you go for the paid version, then you can renew your membership for 1 year. But this one that we are using is actually the free version, so you will never have to pay for it. Okay, so it's here. I mean, everything you did with your Excel, this one will pretty much do the same thing for you. Okay, and same thing, you can also share the document or the Excel sheet with people, and they can also comment on it. And same way, you can also print it. All right, so if I go to page layout, I can do set the print area, so exactly like how I would on my desktop computer. Okay, I'm not going to waste time on this, and I'm not teaching you how to use Excel. I'm just telling you there is Excel online and you can come and use it. All right, so I spoke to you about Word, Excel. Now let's move on quickly to PowerPoint. So this time I don't have to go to the home. I can just access it from the app launcher within Excel. So if I go here, I see again the software. So I can pick PowerPoint, this one. Okay, so same story here. I can start from a blank document, or I can use an existing template. So if I pick an existing template, let's say I pick this one. All right, so this is my presentation. So I can call it Hello World. Okay. And this is my presentation. Okay, and I can add a new slide if I wish. This is the first one. I can add a new slide, which will also come right underneath. And then here, if I want, I can call in a picture. Okay, so for the title, I can say page Hello 2, right? And then here, I can insert a picture, just like I would in PowerPoint. So there are several ways I can insert a picture. As this one is online, I can use a stock image, or I can do a search from Bing, or I can browse my computer and then pick a photo from there. So for this video, I'm going to think I can use an example like using a stock image. Okay, so there are several pictures here that I can pick and use. So I'm going to narrow my search. Maybe I will probably type computer, so that I can narrow the stock pictures and find me a computer. So each time you see a diamond sign next to either a template or an asset here, it means that is only available for the paid subscription. Okay, but if you don't see anything, it means you can use it even for the free one. Okay, so those are those little details, the difference between paid and unpaid. So unpaid, you do have access to all the software, except that the template and asset will be lacking. Okay, so I can pick this guy here. As you see, there's no diamond, so I can use it. So I can insert the picture, and the picture will be in my presentation. And again, NASA was from the stock image, so there will always be the copyright under. Okay, so as you see, I'm putting my presentation together. You see here the designer. The computer itself is suggesting that with the way I put my picture and the text that is above, why not use something like this? Okay, so that's a very powerful tool. So you can pretty much make a professional looking presentation within a minute if you're using this service, because once you put it like that, you just look here and then you pick the suggestion. So for me, I'll just go with this one. You see that my page will be updated. Okay, I can add more pages, but again, this is just a demonstration, so I'm not going to waste time on it. I can add transitions. Okay, maybe I can add transition. In the same way, I can add animation. Okay, and if I like what I see so far, then I can go to slideshow, and then I can also play it. Okay, from beginning. All right. So it's online, so if you don't have a good internet connection, maybe you may notice that it's not very fast, but it's no problem, because when you finish, you can still download it and present it offline. Okay, all right. So that's it. I mean, there is so much I can say about PowerPoint online, but this video will be too long. But I just want you to know that it's here, and you can always come and try it. All right. Okay. So I've spoken to you about Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Now I'm going to move on quickly, and we'll talk about Outlook. So again, if I go to the app launcher here, and then I can pick Outlook, this one here. Okay. Okay. Outlook is an email service. Okay, just like Gmail or anything else you may have used before. So if you are an old-timer like me, I'm sure you have used Hotmail before. So pretty much Outlook is Hotmail. Okay, it's just rebranding. So it gives you access to certain storage space online, and then you can use it to communicate. So you can create a new message, just like any email client. Really, you can put the name of the person you're writing to. Okay, pick a subject. And then this is my email. Okay, all right. So if you like what you see, and you can just send it, right? So the email then can be sent. And if I go to my sent item folder here, you will see that I have sent an email to certain guy here. Okay. All right, so it's not complicated. It's just an email client. There's nothing I can add to it. However, if you decide to use this on like work environment, and you can always go to settings here, and then you can search for a signature, email signature. Okay, and then with that, you can create an email signature. Okay. And then okay, and then okay, suppose this is my signature. I can edit it as I wish. I can make it bigger. Okay, all right. And then if I want, then I can just rename it host. So if I go to save, I've created an email signature. Okay, so I can just go ahead and save and close this page. Okay, all right. So next time, if I'm composing an email, if I go to the new message, okay, if it doesn't show here by default, no problem. I can always go to the 3 button here, and then go to insert signature here, and then you see that's the signature I created. Okay, so you see it will appear here. So if I do the same thing and send an email, then the person who's going to receive this email will see my signature underneath. Okay, all right, I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but this is just Microsoft Outlook. I like the interface. I use it. I do have a subscription one, but you can use it so even if you don't have a subscription. It looks nice and the delivery is perfect. You know, the email, junk email filter works fine. So I recommend it if you're looking to try something else for your email. Okay, all right. Okay, so now that I spoke about Outlook, allowed me to go to the app launch and see what else we can touch quickly. Okay, the next app I'm going to talk to you about in this list will be, let me go to all application. The next one I'll talk to you about in this list is Microsoft Sway. Let me open it. Microsoft Sway is an amazing piece of software. Look at it like it's a combination between a PowerPoint presentation and a website. Okay, so you can make a stunning presentation which will be available as a website, and you can generate a link and then you can share it with people. So if you are having a conference somewhere, and you can always have this, and then after the presentation, I mean, you stand and do your PowerPoint presentation at the conference, right? And then after the conference, you can just give the link to people and they can go back and review the presentation. So it's perfect. It's amazing, really. So like all the other software we've covered so far, there are also template here that we can use. So we can use it for an internal newsletter. We can use it to create even a CV, a business presentation, a portfolio. Okay, and if you don't find what you want, you can be inspired by other Sway that people have created. Okay, so Microsoft called this Sway. Okay, so, but I prefer just to call it a presentation, right? So let me pick this one, business presentation or business Sway, and I'll open it so that you can see how it appears. Okay, so everything you see here can be modified. Okay, so this is just this is a template. So if I go like this, you see the next page. All right, so this is one view, and you can also change a different view if you wish, and you can also print it. If you finish it, you can print it. Okay, so let's say this is just a presentation, but let's say I wanted to edit this document. Okay, I can just go to the edit sign here with the pencil. Again, all of this thing is done online, so you need an internet connection, but if you have a good one, then you won't have any problem. So this picture here, I can modify it, I can replace it. Okay, and the test, you see, they put them into what they call here cards. Okay, so you just pretty much take your test, your pictures, and insert them as card. Okay, and then once that you put it, then the machine is smart enough that this is storyline, so you put your card in the storyline, and the machine is smart enough to rearrange it for you with the design, and then you can see it this way. So all the work you'll be doing it under storyline, where you can call in your element. You can go to insert here and then call in your element, just like I did in a PowerPoint. You can also get pictures online, or like on Bing, YouTube, Wikipedia, or you can also upload them from your computer. And once you insert them, then they will be here as a card, and then you can modify that. You can replace the text. Let's say this one is called a business presentation. Let's say I wanted to call this Dom's show. Okay, so I call this Dom show. So I put it under storyline. So if I go to design, you will see that the picture will still be there, but the text will be different. And I can also change the size. You know, I can emphasize it. Okay, I can put an accent. So if I go to design, then you see that it's called it's no longer business presentation, but rather is a Dom show. Okay. So you don't need any technical background to do this, by the way. I mean, if you can use PowerPoint to create a presentation, you can also use Sway, okay? I mean, all you need to do is that you need to have a good internet connection. I don't have a perfect one, but it seems to be working okay for me. So you can also try on your end and see. So this is a presentation. I can replace the background pictures and I can add more text if I wish. So if I like what I see, I can go back to edit here. Okay, and then this is what I did so far, but I can also go under styles, and from styles I can, well, first of all I can choose whether I want my sway to be vertical, horizontal, or as a slideshow. As this one that I picked by default is on slideshow, but I can replace it and put it on vertical, and then it will appear more like a classic website. Let me show you how that also works. So if I go here, you see that it doesn't go like a slideshow, but rather I can scroll downward just like a website. So if I make this with Sway and I put it online, nobody will think that I made it from Sway. They will think I use a code and develop a website, but no. This can be done without any technical background. Okay, so it's perfect. It looks nice. I mean, this is a perfect website, and you do have a link. You can communicate this link. So if you are a business owner and you want to have a website to showcase your activities, you can use Microsoft Sway to create something. Okay, so if I go to, this is on default settings here. So it's default layout here. So it's showing it as a vertical website, but I can also do this one, and then you see the difference. So this is still going to be scrolling, but will not be scrolling vertically like this one, but rather will be scrolling horizontally. Okay. So that's it. This is other layout. So when you do it like this, if you want, you can share it. So by sharing it, you make the link available and other people can click on it and access your presentation. Okay, so to share it, just go to share here. And then again, you can share it to people just to view it like a website, or to edit it like a document. Okay, so whichever way you prefer, you can do it from here. So that's the link for your Sway. So if you copy this link, you can send it to anybody and they can open it in a web browser, and they will have access to your website or your presentation online. And if you do have a website already, you can copy it and then embed the code into your website. So whatever presentation you have here can appear directly in your website. Maybe you have hired someone to create a website for you, but you yourself, you don't really know how to go about it. But you can definitely make a Sway use for your updates. If you have a new product or something, you can design a nice way here and then generate an embedding code, which then you can paste somewhere on your website, and it will be available there. Okay, no one will know that this came from a different source. Okay, all right, so those are small hints that you can apply with your business. Okay, all right. Again, you can also share it by Facebook, Twitter, and all of that. So they're already here, and the options are here also. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, this is the horizontal scrolling. So I'm scrolling with my mouse here, and you can see the full website. Okay, as opposed to the vertical one that will show it this way. Okay, so you see, it's like having your own website that you can change every day. Okay, or if someone is visiting it, if they want to look at it one way or another, they can themselves also change it. Okay, so if you look here like that, I can go back to the home here and go back to app launcher. So I've covered Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Sway. Okay, so the next application I'm going to talk to you about will be Microsoft Forms. Okay, so if you don't see in this list, no problem, we just go to all apps and then we can scroll and find it. Okay, this one. Okay, I'm going to click on it to open. So I'm sure you are aware of Google Forms. Okay, it's a software that helps you make enrollment forms or survey or quizzes online. So Microsoft Form is also the Microsoft version of it. Okay, so that's the same thing. It has some beautiful design here that you can use. Okay, so if you have a school or you're doing an event and you want people to sign up and attend, you can use a Microsoft form to create a registration form or an enrollment form. To do it, it's simple. You can come here and start a form from scratch, or a quiz, or you can pick any of the existing templates. So let me just open one template here. This is a template for customer feedback survey. So I'm going to open it at least so that you see how it appears. Okay, so this is the question section, and this is the answer section or the response section. So here you can, if you choose to go with a template, you can pretty much customize anything you want here. Just click on it, and then you can replace the question with your own, and you can also change the options here. Okay, so you can use this one to create nice looking forms. So if you finish, you can now go to preview here, and then you can preview it on your browser like this. This is a computer view, or you can also try it on your mobile view. Okay, so this one I didn't do anything. I just pick a pre-existing template to show you. But if I was back on Microsoft form here, I can start one from scratch. In that case, I'll go to new form. Okay, so if I pick a new form like this, I can title it. Okay, so I can call it registration form. Okay, as an example. So if I call this registration form, I can add description, I can insert a picture to illustrate, and then I can add a question. So if I go here, I can go to add new, then I can put either test or multiple choices, rating, date, whatever. Okay, so for instance, let me just do a small example here. If I go to test, then I can maybe write name. Okay, and then I can I duplicate the question or add a new one. So I'm just going to duplicate this one, and then I can call it first name. Okay, and if I want it, I can also add another, and then here I'll go to date, and then I can maybe put a birth date. Okay, and then because it's date, there will be picking from a calendar, and I can make it mandatory by clicking on this one. So this is just an example. So if I go to preview here, you will see this is the form I'm creating. Registration form, name, first name, birthday. Okay, so if I click on the calendar here, then I can scroll and pick either the year, and then maybe the month and the date. So you'll see how it will appear. So when I finish, I can submit it, and then on this one I haven't finished yet, but if I finish and I submit, it will be sent like this. We see thanks, your response has been submitted. So if I go back to from here, or actually worked, so you see on the response here, you see that it shows there is one answer. So it tells me that one person has answered. I didn't put anything under my name or first name, but I put my birthday. But if I put in it, you have seen it here. Okay, all right, so I can look at it like this, or I can also choose to open it in Excel. This is very useful. Okay, so if you are working with document and you have people signing up, and then your assistant or secretary is typing them in Word, in Excel, you don't need to do that. You can just create a form like this, which you can distribute by email or Facebook, WhatsApp, whatnot, and then when people take it, they can just fill it out, and then you can see the result here or the report here, or you can also download it and then open it in Excel, because Microsoft Forms works with Excel. So if you have Excel on your computer installed already in your computer, whichever answer you get here can be sent directly to your Excel. Let me open this one and you see. I haven't even put anything here, but except my date, but let it open and you see. So you see, that's the form that I filled out. Okay, like I said, I didn't put anything, but except the birth date. So if I had like 10 people answering that registration form, you see that I can export the 10 answers all here, even if they are 1,000, right? So it's very useful if you have a school or you're doing an event and you need the registration. I strongly recommend you use Microsoft Form. Create amazing looking forms online which you can distribute, and then people can fill it out, and you can get reports online, or you can also download it with and open it with Excel. Okay, and it's there forever. It's in your account. It's never going to get lost or anything, so it's there for you. Okay, I can talk more about Microsoft Form. As a matter of fact, in the upcoming weeks I will do another video only with Microsoft Form, and I'll explain you how you can use it. Okay, so if you finish, just like we did with Sway, you can also share it by going to send, and then you can copy the form URL here. And if you think this is too long, you can use a shortener, and then we'll make it much smaller, and then you can copy the link, which you can then send by email or also embed in the website. Okay, you can copy the embedding code and embed it in the website. Okay, and again, this is the free version. You can also go to the premium, but for what you do, I don't think you will actually need the paid version, but hey, okay, this one is there. So if you don't like the default theme, you can come here and change the theme. There are many of them, even for the free version. So you just pick any theme you replace it with, and then if you go to preview, you'll see that the theme has also changed. Okay, computer view and mobile view. Okay, all right, I'm only doing this to let you know that those solutions are online. You can come anytime you want. Go on Office.com, open an account, and make use of those software. You can use them for free. Okay, all right, so we spoke about Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Sway form. Now let me go back to and go to home and see what other software I can talk to you about before we go today. So if I go back to App Launch, okay, I can look through this and find another software. So let me talk to you about Skype quickly. Okay, I mean, there's not really much for me to say about Skype. Skype is just another messaging app. Okay, it's one of the old one. Okay, it's like the grandfathers of WhatsApp and things like that. I remember using Skype back in the early 2000. Back then was considered was one of the few, and was very good. The sound quality was perfect. Okay, so, and Microsoft bought them some years back, and I was really hoping they innovate the service and add more exciting features, but they haven't quite done that. However, it's still a useful app. Okay, you don't really need it if you have the likes of Teams and Google Meet, but if you feel nostalgic like me, you can always give it a try. All right, so you can use it on your computer, you can use it on your mobile phone. If you have a list of contacts, they will be listed here, and then you can pick one and communicate with them. Okay, just like you would do with Telegram, Facebook, OneNote. Okay, you can use it for conference calling too. You can have more than one person in the meeting, and you just add contact. Okay, and you can also use it to call telephone lines. Okay, you can get a Skype line also, and people can call you and leave you voice messages within that. So if you don't have a phone number, or if you maybe you live in a different country, but you want to have a number from another country, you can use Skype and get a Skype number, and it will be there for you, and you can make phone calls around the world. Okay, without necessarily being in that particular country. It's there. I mean, try it out. And if you discover something else that I didn't mention in this video, please come and leave it under the video, comment, and I'll also make sure to share it with others in my next video. Okay, so this is Skype. I can go back to home here and then see which other application I can quickly touch before we go. Let me just move on with Teams. Okay, Microsoft Teams is also a collaboration software. So I guess if you have Teams, then you don't need Skype. I don't see how you can have them together, but so it has much more function than Skype. Yeah, with Microsoft Teams, you can also download it and install it on your desktop. Again, also on your mobile phone, or you can just use it within your web browser. So for the purpose of this video, we're not going to install it. We're just going to go ahead and continue with the web browser. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you can use it for collaboration. I mean, this is a free version, so it's a little limited. But, if you're just looking for something for, chat and conference calling or scheduling events, you can definitely use a Microsoft Team, okay? I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but I'll also make another video on how to use Microsoft Teams, the business version, and then you can better understand it, okay? If I finish with Microsoft Team, let me go back to home, and we'll see what other application I can quickly cover before we leave today. Okay, so I can just go to Microsoft Calendar. I don't see it here, so again, app launch, and then I can go to all apps and then scroll down to Microsoft Calendar. Should be somewhere here. Okay. Okay. All right, so you can use this to book your appointment. It also works fine with Microsoft Teams as well as Skype. Okay, so I mean, you don't have to. I mean, there are several calendar applications. This is just a choice. If you're already in Microsoft ecosystem, then I suggest you use this so that all your stuff are in the same place. But if you're using something else, then it's your choice. Okay, so if you want, you can come check it out and let us know what you think about it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to home here. Okay, and then well, let me just briefly touch one more application. Okay, so that one will be, if I go to app launch here, OneNote. Okay, OneNote is very useful. Okay, it allows you to keep notes. Okay, either voice notes, picture notes, text notes. It's very good, and it also has a mobile version which you can download and install on your phone. So with that, you have your notes everywhere. Okay, if you take your computer and you make a note on it, you can access it from your phone. In the same way, if you use your phone to make a note, you can also access it with your other devices. Okay, now that I finish with OneNote, I'm going to talk to you about OneDrive. OneDrive actually is the most important software on the Microsoft 365. So let me go back to home here and then open the aperture again, and then we pick it up. This is OneDrive. Okay, so OneDrive is actually a file manager, okay, and a storage system. So it's everything we are doing so far. Okay, I will come back to this. Everything we are doing so far since I started, like the Word document, Excel document, all those documents I've opened, they actually store in OneDrive. Okay, so look at OneDrive as your computer hard drive or your cell phone memory card. Okay, so and if you're using a free version of Microsoft 365, you have access to 5 gig of storage. Okay, that's where everything you do is located. Okay, actually that's what makes the main difference between the free version and the paid version. The free version only gives you 5 gig for storage, while if you go for a paid version, like say Microsoft 360 Personal, then you have access to 1 terabyte of storage. Okay, so in other words, like 1000 gigabyte of storage. Okay, which is a lot of space. Okay, it's a lot bigger than most your computers in your offices. Okay, but even if you don't go to a paid version for the 1 terabyte, you're only using the free version, you have access to 5 gigabyte. 5 gigabyte may not sound big for some people, but if you're only concerned with where you'll be storing your Excel worksheet and then your Word document, and it's more than you need. Okay, that is enough space. Okay, so everything I opened so far today, they are here. Okay, so they are all listed here, and this is the PowerPoint presentation that I made. Let me open it again so that you get a better idea of what I'm trying to say. So you see the PowerPoint presentation we did earlier. Okay, and you may be wondering, if it's online, then where is stored? So I'm now telling you that it is stored under OneDrive. Okay, and OneDrive is a file manager. Okay, it's just like your Windows manager. You see this thing here? Let me open it. Okay, this is your file manager under your Windows computer. Okay, so if you created anything I created under this computer is stored, I can access it by browsing my file manager on my computer and find it. Okay, the same way everything I create under my Microsoft 365 account online, I can access it by browsing the file manager online, which is called OneDrive. Okay, and like I was saying, for a free version like what we are using, we have access to 5 gig. That's it here. So 5 gig to store our Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Suite, and all of that. And if we think 5 gig is not enough, then we can go to buy more storage, which I'll try to do in this video, but allow me to show you briefly a few things. So like I started with office.com and I accessed the application using the app launcher, but within OneDrive I can also create document. So I can, if I go to new like this, I can create a Word document, I can create an Excel workbook, I can create a PowerPoint presentation, I can create OneNote, I can create a Microsoft form, I can do a plain text document. Okay, but above all, I can also create a folder. Okay, so let me just create this folder here, and if I call it demo 1. Okay, so I'm going to create this folder, and this folder then is available in my OneDrive. Okay, so all those documents that I've been creating earlier, you see that they are all over. Okay, so this is going to create a mess on my Microsoft account. So I can just select them like this and then move them to the folder I've created. Okay, so if I go to move to, then I can just point that I wanted to move it to my demo 1 folder. Then go move. Okay, so you see that there is moving one item. Okay, it's open, but I can close it and try again. I'll do it anyway. Okay, so if I go now, you see that under demo there is one file. So if I open like the folder like this, you see that's the file that I have moved. Okay, so again I can go back to files again to see everything. So if I pick another one, okay, let's say this one here that I called English 1. Okay, and then I do the same thing. I can go to move to. Okay, and then I can tell him to move it to the folder that I have created, and then move. They are open, so you may not do it right away, but I could also close them and do it. So, okay. All right, good. So now you see there's 2 files here. Okay, why am I doing this? I'm just telling you that it's possible to organize your document when you create them online. So you can just create several folders and then put the documents, sort them the way you want within the folder. Okay, and another thing, this folder here, like I showed you under Word, that you can share a document you're working on. Actually, you can also share a full folder. Okay, let me give you an example. Like I have a Microsoft 365, okay, and the paid version, and I have 1 terabyte of storage. Okay, now I'm working on a document. Okay, so I can create this folder, for example. Okay, and then I can select it like that and then go to share. Okay, if I go to share, I can put the email address of anybody. Okay, so let's say this guy. Okay, so I'm going to send this link. Okay, as I send it like this, the person then has access not only to one file, but rather to the full folder. Okay, so I can use this to pretty much manage my company, because everything I do, as long as I put it under this share folder, I can then invite my co-workers to have access to this folder. So within their OneDrive, they can open it, and then all our work stuff will be here. Okay, so if you are a school teacher, so this is a perfect. If you're giving assignment to your student, you don't have to make like 100 copy and then hand them over one by one. That's you don't need to do that today. All you have to do is that within your OneDrive, you create a folder, okay, and then you put all your assignment in the folder. Then you share the folder with your student. Okay, so if you're a student, you want to know whether you have a homework or not, all you have to do is access your OneDrive, open the teachers folder, and then whatever you have there for assignment, you can access it and do it. Okay, you see, so it's the technology is moving so fast, and it's so exciting to some of us, because I remember when I was at school, if there was this kind of solution, I mean, it would have made my life a lot easier. Okay, so this is here today, and I'm so grateful that it is, and I'm using it, and I cannot help but share it with you. So on your OneDrive, you can create a folder, and you can share the folder with anybody, really. All they need to have is an email address, and then you send it to them, and then they will open it, and then they have access to the folder. So they can also create document within the folder. So that folder will definitely serve like a hub where all of your contact can come and leave their stuff in. Okay, imagine like you are an accountant. Okay, I cannot give you enough example with this one. Imagine you are an accountant, okay, and you have maybe 50 clients. Okay, so you do have like a physical document folder with your client, then what each client with its folder, right? Okay, I'm just telling you that those physical folders can be there, but you can do exactly the same thing with OneDrive. So for OneDrive, you just create a folder, one folder for every one of your clients. Okay, and then you share the link with them. Okay, so this person, before they come to you, whichever document you want them to prepare, you just tell them they don't have to send it to you by email, and then they get lost, and then you don't know which one, who sent what. You just create a link like this, and then you send them the link, and you instruct them to put all their document in the folder. So as they put it, you are seeing it on your computer right away. You see, so it make collaboration 100 times easier. Okay, so that's where I get my joy from. That's why I felt like it was important I make a video like that and tell you that technology has so much improved, and you can definitely use this in your workplace, and it's going to serve you. And the beautiful thing is that you don't even have to pay for it, because there are the free versions that are doing already an amazing job. Okay, however, if you wish to pay for it, in this video also I'm going to help and show you how you can do it. So once you are in your account like this, I can do it from here, but let me go back to home so that I can show you and how you can subscribe to a Microsoft 365, the paid version. Yeah, but before I even show you how you can subscribe, let me also explain to you again the difference between the subscription. Okay, so I'm going to start as simple as possible. There are two types of Microsoft 365. There is the paid version, and then there is the free version. The free version is what we have used so far, and for the free version, you have access to 5 GB of storage with OneDrive, and then you can use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those applications. But some asset like a template and things like that, they will be limited. Okay, so that's pretty much what a free version is. But it's not like because it's free then I cannot use the service. No, you can still use the service, but except that the service is slightly limited and the storage space is not big enough. Okay, so if I go to paid version, let me just start here, and then I can show you the options. Okay, so for the paid version also, actually there are several types of paid version. There is the I'll start with for individual usage. So there is the 360 personal, 360 family, and then also there is 360 business and 360. There is also 365 business and 365 school. Okay, for this video, I'm going to focus on the family and the personal. Okay, so for the personal, it will cost you. You can choose to be billed yearly, and then it gives you access to 1 terabyte of storage and cloud storage on OneDrive. Okay, so this is what we call cloud storage. Okay, how you can actually put your stuff online and access them everywhere. Okay, so if you opt for the personal, you'll be billed on yearly. You'll be billed $60 or $59.99 per year. Okay, and you have access to 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte is huge. I have used Microsoft 365 Personal for 2 years, I think, and I use 1 terabyte, and I never really finished it. This year I've switched to family so that I can share it with my coworkers, but that even then none of us have used the 1 terabyte that we get. Okay, but this is what you get. You have 1 terabyte, and you can work on, on top of using it online, like how I did with the free version, you can also download the application and install it on your computer like how we used to. Okay, so that is another difference too. If you're using the free version, you can only access it online. You can download it and install it on your computer. However, if you opt for the paid version and you've chosen the Microsoft 365 Personal, then you can download Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and install them on your computer. Okay, but on your phone you can still download and install them even if you don't have the paid version. Okay, all right, so if you need space, then I recommend you go for this one. Now let's say you are a family. Okay, the dad, the mom, and then maybe 3 students. Okay, and all of you use Word, Excel, PowerPoint a lot, and you need a space to store all your files. In that case, then you can go for Microsoft 365 Family. Okay, the difference between the two is that this one only gives you like 1 account, while this one you can add up to 6 people. Okay, and then all of you will have 1 terabyte each. So for the 6 people, then it will come all together to 6 terabyte to be shared amongst all of you. Okay, and then if you opt for this option and you want to pay yearly, then it will come down to $79.99. Okay, so the difference is not that big, but you get a lot more space. Okay, if you're not a heavy user, it's not worth it. But if you think you can use it, maybe you want to use it to be backing up your pictures and your videos, then it makes sense. Okay, so if you want to buy it, you may be asking yourself, how can I buy it? I live in Africa and I've never bought anything online before. Well, it's so easy, and you can buy this from anywhere in the world. So if you are working out of Africa, Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, or so, you can go to any bank, really. Either it's a Barclays Bank, Prudential, like any of your local banks. You just go to any one of them and request a Visa prepaid card or a Master card, where it has to be a prepaid. Okay, I mean, you can also use your debit credit card, but I don't recommend it. I prefer you use your prepaid card. So I'm holding one in my hand here. Is an old one that I used to use from Togo, but you can get it in almost any bank. So when you get to the bank, just explain to them that you want a card that allows you to buy things online, something for online shopping, and you prefer a prepaid card. So based on their policy, you can put the money you need on it. You can recharge the card. You can put like $100, $200, and then you charge your card. And then when you get home, you go to this screen here, and then you just pick a buy now. Okay, so if I pick buy now, okay, so it's telling me that I've selected to buy to subscribe to Microsoft 365 Personal, and it's going to cost me $59.99 every year. So if I'm okay with this, then I just press next. Okay, and then here I can put my credit card information. So like I was saying, I can use a credit card or I can use a debit card, okay? But I'm using a prepaid card, okay, which will probably fall under credit card here too then. So I'll go to next, I click on it to choose. So here, but it's going to be a Visa card for me, so I'll just put a card number here, okay? And the card number, this may sound so simple for some of you who have been shopping online for years, but please bear with me. There are other people still in this world who have never bought anything online, so I'm going to try to explain it as simply as possible so they can also understand. So on your here you put your card number, and the card number is this number you see on the card, and if you look below this video you also see it. So it's a long number, and then I think it's divided by in 4444. So and then you type that number here, that's your card number, and then you write your name, like the name that is on the card, and then you write the expiration date. Expiration date is the date below your card number, okay? So it's usually in a month and then year, okay? The one I'm holding here is 12/21, so it expired last year, okay? But for you, you just make sure that your card is still valid. Then you put the card number here, you put your name, you put the expiration date, okay? And then you put the security code, okay? This the CVV, that's what we call the security code. And where do you find the security code? Then you turn your card, okay? You turn your card like this, and then you will see there is another number here, okay? And the last 3 digits, okay, of that number is what you call the security code. So you just type those 3 digits here, okay, and then you fill it in with your address, your street address, okay? If you don't have a street address, no problem, you can also use your PO box, it will work. And then you fill it out, and once that is done, you hit save, and the amount will be taken out of your credit card, and then you are also a subscriber to Microsoft 365, and you're good for 1 year. And a year later, they will send you a message about renewal, and if you want to continue, you can come back and renew the subscription. So in a nutshell, that's how you can subscribe to Microsoft 365. And once you have subscribed then and you have full license, then you can still come here and then go to install Office. Okay, if I do it now, I can't because I don't have the premium. But once I have the premium, then I can come back here and then go to install Office. And what was the difference here? If I go to install Office, then I have the choice, the possibility to install Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and whatnot on my computer. Okay, actually I have it on my computer, but to be honest, I never use it because I just use it in my browser. So I don't see really the need to do that. I mean, there are some, like in Word, there are some functionality that are better in desktop version, but if you're doing just light typing and saving and sending documents, you really don't need to waste your space on your computer by downloading and installing it. Okay, you can pretty much do it straight from your web browser. We are at the end of our presentation today, and I hope the way I took you to office.com and open a Microsoft account and take you to Microsoft 365 interface and pick the software one by one and explain them to you. You've watched me and you've liked what I did. If that's the case, I'm asking you to share this video with your colleague, okay? And if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, don't forget, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming video. Once again, I thank you so much for watching me, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, stay happy.